So I've had a request to do a couple of problems, and the first problem is number 53, and it's just asking you to find the roots as well as the multiplicity. So you take your factors. For 30, they already gave it to you factored. You take your factors, you set each factor equal to 0, and you solve for x. So your roots are -2 and 3, and the exponents determine your multiplicity. So this is to the second power, so the multiplicity is 2. This is to the third power, so the multiplicity is 3. If something is to the second power, has the multiplicity of 2, it's going to act like a parabola touching the x-axis. It'll come down and touch it and take back off up, or come up and touch it and go back down. If it's a cubic, it'll pass through and look kind of like, if it has multiplicity 3, it's going to act like a cubic, which will travel up through like so, and it goes through the line. I wanted to demonstrate a little bit more than that, so I'm doing as well number 33. So you have x squared times the quantity x squared plus 4x plus 4. All right. Well, both of these multiply together, and if we set it equal to 0, then they each get set equal to 0. X squared equals 0, in other words, x equals 0, and because it's to the second power, multiplicity 2. This will factor to x plus 2 times x plus 2. You see two factors of it, its multiplicity will also be 2. This thing's root is -2. Okay. Number 55. So, the way you do these is you get all of the factors of 11, which would be plus or minus 1, plus or minus 11, and all the factors of 10. So you want the constant and the lead coefficient. So plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 5, plus or minus 10. And then any of these values over any of these values that create new opportunities. So we have plus or minus a half, plus or minus 1/2, plus or minus 11/5, and so on and so forth. But I noticed something when I was looking at this, in that this power here is the second power, and this power here is the fourth power. So this polynomial is actually referred to as quadratic in form. So we can use the quadratic to simplify this and get what the roots are. So x squared is equal to -b, so it's 21, plus or minus the square root of b squared. 21 squared is 441. Minus 4 times a times c, well that's 440, all over 2a, so that's 2 times 10, which is 20. The thing you got to remember at the end is that you still have to apply the square root, because it's x squared equals this. So 21 plus 1 is 22 over 20. 21 minus 1 is 20 over 20, or 1. So you take your square root, you get plus or minus 1. You take your square root, you have plus or minus the square root of 22 over 20. Okay. I'm working on a couple more problems. Hopefully that's helpful.